What a month it's been. What a 2-month, 3-month period it's been. Not good. Rocky roads, up and down, mostly down over the last few months. So, especially for people that were invested or are invested in YieldMax funds. My name is Mike. Channel's name is Health and Wealth. Thank you for joining me today. We're talking about group number 2's announcement earlier this morning around 6:55 a.m. Group 2 was announced from YieldMax, talking about the distributions that are coming out. It looks a little different than usual because YieldMax just went through a number of reverse splits. There's still one to come, I think, with MSTY, which is, I think, on the 8th of December. But the rest have gone through already. Could be more. Who knows? But I'm going to go over some of the Group 2 announcements. We'll go through all of them, but I'm going to pull up some of them on my screen here so you can take a look to see how they've performed in terms of share price over the last 5 days. We're also going to take a look at some of the underlying stocks. This could be good for you because, I know there's a lot of people out there potentially making changes in the style of investing that you're doing. I know for me, I am taking distributions to pay down margin that I pop up every single month, and then I pay it down every single month to buy into another high yield fund in Canada called HHIS. That's the one I'm building right now. So far I've built NVDY. That was the first one I built up to where I wanted to get to. MSTY, I built that up to where I want to get to. I'm not buying any more of that, although you never know with the Bitcoin market coming up here. I bought CONY, which I've now sold, ALTY, and HOOY. HOOY stopped all of them. I've stopped increasing shares on them just because I built them to where I want them to get to. And now I'm taking distributions that I get every single week from Group 1, which is ALTY, and Group 2, which is MSTY, NVDY, HOOY. Is that it? I always forget. And I'm paying down that margin. So I just, right now, about 2 minutes ago, bought 50 shares of HHIS on margin. Cost me about $563, I think it costs, in Canadian money. So I take the distributions that I get every week and pay down that margin to zero, transfer the funds, transfer HHIS over to my tax-free savings account, and then do it again and again and again until I get that to a number where I want it to. I'm not sure if I want that to be $10,000 in there or $13,000 in there, which would equal about 10 grand US. Tough to say, but today's video, you're not here for that. You're here for Group 2. Let's discuss. I've got the YieldMax news sitting right here in front of me. And let me know in the comments if you're happy about your distribution announcement today. Some of them could be a little bit deceiving or misleading almost because of the reverse split. So we'll go over that a little bit in this video too. And if you could do me a huge favor, I am trying to grow the channel here to provide you and your friends entertainment. If you want to share the video, that would be cool. But if you could at least hit the like and the subscribe button for me, I'd love to have you as a long-term subscriber to the channel. Really means a lot to the growth. And I'm trying to grow over here, just like you guys are trying to grow your account. All right, first one is ABNY, paying out 42 cents. This is an Airbnb play. Distribution rate 49%. So this play recently went through a reverse split. So that's why it's so high. Normally it would be quite a bit lower than that. AIYY, same deal, 37 cents here, or 101% distribution rate. That's insane. AMZY, 15 cents. Again, 101% distribution rate. AMZY. First one we're going to take a deeper dive into here is AMZY or ZY. This has not reverse split. It's been pretty consistent since it came out. It's going down a little bit in share price. We'll take a look at it coming up here in 2 seconds, but 73% distribution rate. Did you guys buy anything on Black Friday or Cyber Monday? I bought new pants. What did I get? I got new pants. I got an inflatable Santa, a 14-foot inflatable Santa, and a pair of mitts. That's what I bought for off Amazon Prime Day. Have you guys been seeing this knee heater red light, vibrating machine, good for your knee. Oh, it's all I see. I don't know what's going on, but I'm contemplating buying that too. Anyways, here's AMZY. Share price $13 over the last 5 days. I'll hit a little refresh on this thing right here. Over the last 5 days, up 0.44%. So not really moving in any direction over the last 5 days, but you know, it's fair to say over the last month down 10%. And you know, the last month, everybody knows the last month hasn't been really, really nice and polite to us, the shareholders out there of the world, with the markets going rockily down. New word, rockily. So over the last 6 months, 14% down in share price, right? Or $2.40 in the last 6 months. But what are you getting? Distributions. Let's go to the next one. APLY and Apple play here, or calls on Apple paying out 11 cents. This has been around since the dawn of YieldMax time. Over the last 5 days, it's up 1.58%. You can see today, what's going on today? Just down a little bit today. Over the last 5 days, though, looking pretty good, that's for sure. Aptly hanging out there with a tiny distribution, but I mean, this thing over the last half of the year here is up 7% share price. Decent. A number of people mentioned that they are looking to change their investment strategies out there, buying into maybe some of the underliers I've seen out there. Is Apple a play that you would want to buy? For me, not so much. I don't know. It's not really like even in terms of growth, I don't know, right? They keep putting out the same phone with slightly different shaped camera. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we're not going to see. I'm not buying Apple, but we'll see with your comments if you would buy Apple. Next, we have BABO. BABO, Alibaba play, paying out 23 cents, 84% distribution over the last 5 days. Here, let's do a little refresh. It's down 1.63%, down 6.6% in the last month. And, you know, since it's come out, you know, not too bad, all right? And if you're new to the content over here, when I say not too bad, it's down 29% share price. That entire time, you're getting a distribution, kind of like softening that down 29% below a little bit. Next, we have Coney. I am no longer a Coney person, but check that out. $1.13 or 126% distribution. That's insane. Remember, this is one of those reverse splitters right here, right? So that's a massive distribution for Coney. Over the last 5 days, up 3.89%. Bitcoin on its way up today, so that has a lot to do with it. And, well, good for Coney paying out that much money. So since it went to, let's take a look. When did it switch? Last week? I don't even know. The weeks are colliding over here at my house. CRCO Circle paying out 60 cents. Let's go take a look at it up top here. Over the last 5 days, down, up 11%. That's huge. Really, really big. That's that's good for sure. So Circle, the underlier, must be having a good week over here. But what's nice is you're getting a good distribution. Plus, your share price went up quite a bit over the last 5 days. Crash into me. You guys know that one? Dave Matthews, 33 cents for Crash. Crash has another name to it. It rhymes with Crash, and it's not for me. CVNY, 88 cents. Heck yeah, that's a good distribution for CVNY. Look at the last 5 days on this bad boy, up 9%. Really good. Anytime you can get 10%, almost 10% within 5 days, really good. Let's go to, let's see, what's the date today? December the 3rd. So, I mean, yeah, it had a good downswing there, 6% on the 19th to the 20th. But let's go from like the November 3rd to the 20th. 21st down 8.5. So it's kind of made that back plus some there in the last 5 days, which is great to see for people that are in the Carvana play or the CVNY play for YieldMax. Next, we have Dips, 75 cents, 71% distribution rate. Disso, 14 cents, 63% distribution rate. We got Dre, 67 cents or 108. Oh my goodness, this is football season happening right now. College football, NFL. You got a lot of college sports coming out with a lot of betting, and DraftKings is usually taking advantage of that this time of year. Over the last 5 days, it is up. Let's take a look here. 2.74% in share price. Decent. I mean, if I can have 2% a week, I would be a really happy person. I know that's not necessarily realistic with the YieldMax funds because they pay out so much money in distribution, but I mean, that's good. That's good, right? Plus, you're getting that distribution double whammy, right? Okay, next one, Phoebe, FBY. A little bit of a meta play here, Facebook play over the last 5 days, just hanging around like that guy from Rounders, 0.85% over here. But you did get a good distribution, 25 cents, 100% distribution rate. We have Fiat, 39 cents, a little bit of a Coinbase short play, 78% distribution rate. Next, we have GDXY, 31 cents or 100% distribution rate. This is going to be, your gold miner option. I feel like this one should be cooking right now, doing a lot better than it is, but it's not. Next one I wanted to pause on a little bit because I found this one to be pretty interesting. GMEY, $1.01, 125% distribution rate. That's a big one, right? We're gonna want to keep that one, like Jim Carrey said in Dumb and Dumber. Up. Let's go take a look. In the last 5 days, 3.34%, really good. Last month down 3.993%. Since it came out, down 18%, and it came out September 11th, so coming up on 3 months here shortly. But GameStop itself, I went to take a little deeper dive. GameStop itself over the last 5 days, almost up 10% in that same time. So it kind of makes sense, pretty volatile. I'm happy I sold GameStop. I don't think I lost money. I don't think I made money. I sold at $30. When did I sell at $30? A long time ago, apparently. Oh, geez. I mean, when did I sell at 30? Probably around here. Man, it feels like not that long ago, but that's around June I sold, I guess, at $30. All right, cool. Next we have GUI. And if you haven't noticed, Google is kicking butt, taking names right now. The AI play over at Google is just doing very, very well. What a growth fund that was. I was in Google right before their split, not a reverse split, but their forward split. And, I had a target to get to 10 shares prior to that split. I ended up getting to, I think, 6 or 7. And then I sold after a while just because at the time it wasn't moving much. But that's just a good lesson. When you pick a good name, stick with your good names. Google is a good name for sure. But here we go, 85% distribution rate, 25-cent distribution for GUI. GUI over the last 5 days, down 1.15%, 18 cents. Google itself, Googs, over the last 5 days, up 0.25%. So, not too dramatic of a difference there, that's for sure. So not bad at all for the Googs. But oh my goodness, see, I think I was getting in around, it was averaging $100 a share before the split way back when. I mean, it was way higher, but then they split, right? So I think it was around $100 a share I was in at. So that would have been really nice retrospectively. That's for sure. Do you guys have any stocks that you've bought that you sold and you're like, oh my goodness? I bet you there's some Palantir people in here, probably some Netflix people in here that are feeling that way. HIYY, 67 cents, 125% distribution rate. That's insanity. HIYY. Next, we got the HOOY. And now this is going to be the first one on this list that's that I actually own. I only own 16 shares, everybody. It's not much. And this is not financial advice. This is just me sharing what I have with you. I put $1,000, just over $1,000 into it a long time ago. Average price $69. You can go do the math how much money I have in this fund, but the plan is just take the distributions and then pay down the margin with that for my HHIS and continue to build that. So $1.32 coming my way, 125% distribution rate. HOOY has had a good week here. Let's take a look, up 6.38%. You know, today had a lot to do with it, up 4.29%. Why? Well, Robinhood has been doing very, very well over the last week here, up almost 10% as well. Good for Robinhood, good for Robinhood for sure. What a name that has been. Hold on one second. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Put it back up here. We'll see if this stops my recording. And boom, there we go. Wow, I'm still recording. Usually this thing shuts off. How are you doing, by the way? You guys doing okay over there on your end? Life's good? I want to go back to that Robinhood and take a look at it over the last year. That's insane. So when I talk to you guys, some of you are like, I'm out of YieldMax. I'm going to go do something else. Some of you go to Roundhill and Granite Shares and whatever else, right? Neos, whatever. But what about like growth stocks? Is that on the platform for you? Is that something that you're interested in getting into? Has Robinhood kind of got to a top up here? Close to a top? I don't know. Can it continue to grow? Is now a good time to buy? I have no idea, right? Do you see it making more money? Who knows, right? It's not something I've researched at all, but you know, tell me the ones you're thinking about. Next, we have one that will be nameless, 19 cents. Deuces to them. Next, we have Morrow, 24 cents, 125% distribution rate. I've actually pulled it up here for a reason. Morrow is a Bitcoin miner company. Well, Mara is a Bitcoin miner company. So up 6.45%. Share price, $10.40. Mara, everybody, is virtually the same price as $2 off. If you're invested in Morrow, it means you're trying to get distributions, right? I'm just going to throw this out there. If you're invested in Morrow, you experience a lot of the downside risk to Mara. Personally, I just started my options journey again. I'm not into the miners because they're pretty risky to trade options on. But I mean, if you're doing Morrow, why don't you do Mara on its own, and why don't you do your own options on it? Not advice, because I'm not doing it myself, but I mean, I just don't really get that. It's only $2 more, $2 more per share. And then so with this one, you experience a lot of the downside right here, right? Mara over the last month down 30% share price, a lot to do with Bitcoin's price, everybody. But I mean, why don't you do your own options on Mara? What's holding you back from doing that? Maybe you just don't really believe in the name, or maybe it's too risky for you. But if that is the case, if those are the two reasons, then why are you invested in Morrow in the first place, right? It's just, I don't know. Next, we have MSTY paying out 13 cents. This is the last week of MSTY being at this share price, and it's going to go up, what, times 5? Something like that. Honestly, I haven't really been paying attention to that. I've just kind of take my money and invested it into my HHIS, right? But check out the last 5 days here, up 4.58%. That's pretty cool. Good for MSTY. Once Bitcoin takes off, if it takes off, is MSTY going to take off too in share price? It depends where they put their calls. If they snug their calls that close to the share price, then we don't have a lot of upside. But if they give it some room to breathe, then we may have some room for upside. But we know, right? So Mr. itself over the last 5 days, wow, okay, 186 right now, up 7%. I remember looking at this thing. Look at this on December 1st, just 2 days ago, down at 157, 158. Wow. That's interesting, everybody. I know their volatility has been spiking upwards as well. How does that benefit you as a MSTY holder? Higher volatility means higher premiums, which means higher distributions for you and me. We'll see how it goes, though, right? With the climb of Bitcoin comes the climb of Mister, which climbs Misty, especially with the distribution. But we can't count our chickens before they hatch. For me, it's a wait and see. We'll find out what happens. Next, we have NFLY, a Netflix play, 17 cents. Anybody excited about the 50-cent Diddy documentary coming out? I'm going to watch it for sure. Oh, 50 Cent doesn't like Diddy. So there we go, right? Netflix, 17 cents. NVDY, 16 cents or 58% distribution. NVIDIA has not done a reverse split because it's a good little boy over there, just plugging away, paying out, a distribution every week, not overextending itself, having a profitable company in NVIDIA that is trading on. Pretty happy with that as well. OARC, 63 cents, 87% distribution. OARC's been around since the dawn of time as well. We got PLTY, $1.30. And you can see that's the last one on my list that I really want to look at up here. PLTY over the last 5 days is up 2%. Not bad. Palantir up here, last 5 days up 5% even. Look at that over the last 5 days, Palantir. So really good. I mean, we think about different strategies. If you find a company you think is going to do well over the next 5-10 years, could be a good play to put your money in there and just let it sit. Learn from my Google lesson, right? I know Google's a great company. I had invested in Google for a period of time, but I pulled it out to go buy something else, the new flashy object. And I have a feeling some of us that are watching this video lately have changed to the new flashy object. Before you invest, do your research on the fund. Make sure that you have, goals set out, short-term, middle-term, and long-term on that play. What happens if it goes down? What happens if it goes down a certain amount? Do you have stop losses in play? Are you prepared for the failure? Are you prepared for the success? What are you going to do when either of those things happen? Prepare yourself, right? So PLTY, since it came out October 11th, hold on, I can get you the number right. October 11th, still up 5% in share price, plus it's cooked with distributions in that exact time as well, right? So it's been out for coming up on 14 months already, just doing incredible. Can it keep doing incredible, though? Nobody knows. Can Palantir continue to get government contracts? And probably. If not, if they slow down, so will PLTY. Got a few more on the list over here. We have the Roblox play, RBLY, 70 cents or 106% distribution. The Reddit play, this one's an interesting one for sure. 96 cents, 125% distribution. That's definitely an interesting one. Reddit. SMCY, 21 cents, 119%. SNOY, 27 cents. TSLY just did another reverse split. That's their second one. Watch to see its performance over the next year here. Is it going to continue the same cycle over and over again? Because that's a good indicator to you about what the rest of them are going to do as well. 93 cents. TSMY, 24 cents. Winter, which is the inverse of MSTY. They're fighting Mister. 64 cents. XOMO, 4 whole cents. Congratulations to you. Shareholders, XYZY, ZY, 68 cents. Couple more here. We got YBIT, 69 cents. And then YQQQ, 5 whole cents. 24% distribution on YQQ. So that's the list here of the Group 2 announcements. So I don't know, what do you guys think? Any in there that catch your eye for the future? Any that you're interested in? I am curious about what's your next strategy, right? What are you investing in? I want to know down below. I know a lot of you have a sour taste in your mouth, and I don't blame you. I also have a sour taste in my mouth about certain things out there. I got to get onto, is that grammar? I was invited to the Wolf Financial YieldMax interview earlier today on Twitter. I asked a couple of questions about Alti. I want to go over those with you in tomorrow's Alti video, which should be out probably around 4 or 5 p.m. tomorrow night, give or take, depending on what kind of work comes my way. But yeah, it was a good interview. I got a couple answers that I liked, a couple that I didn't like, and we'll go over that video with you guys tomorrow. If you haven't yet subscribed, it's right down there. Hit the button. Props to you. Thanks for doing it. My name is Mike. Channel's name's Health and Wealth. Have a great night. Bye for now.